Honourable Member for Chestermere-Rocky View.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The NDP is rushing ahead with a plan to build a dam at Springbank, even though they campaigned against this project during the last election. And if you can believe it, before the member for Banff Cochrane sang the Springbank Dam's praises, he was one of its loudest critics. To the Environment Minister, we know your party has no problem breaking election promises, but did you really have to pile on and break this promise too?
Well, Mr. Speaker, the fact of the matter is that when we assumed office, we did a careful inventory of the relative merits of the two projects, and our prior government is moving forward to provide strong protection for the City of Calgary and other communities. We took this decision based on the evidence, the evidence based on the cost to taxpayers, the evidence based on the amount of flood protection it would provide for the City of Calgary and for others, and the evidence based on the type of project that it was and the larger catchment area that it would protect. Mr. Speaker, this decision took us 3 or 4 months to make, and the reason for that is because we are an evidence-based government.
Mr. Speaker, this government is growing far too comfortable with breaking their promises to Albertans, including the ones they campaigned on and were elected on. Given that the land valuation for this project is in excess of $175 million, contrary to the $40 million that the NDP are using as their valuation, can the minister explain why she's committed to rushing ahead on a project that's based on numbers that do not add up for Albertans?
Mr. Speaker, the decision that we took was to move forward with the environmental impact assessment. And, Mr. Speaker, we are not about to litigate these matters in public. What we are going to do is take an evidence-based decision based on 3 factors for protection of the City of Calgary, which is cost, effectiveness of the project, environmental impacts. Now, Mr. Speaker, the fact of the matter is the Wildrose cannot be trusted to get it right on flood mitigation. They would have cut $9.4 billion for infrastructure. That would have left Calgary with 0 flood protection for years, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member, second supplemental.
Mr. Speaker, an NDP action a day keeps common sense away. Give a dam at Springbank would sacrifice thousands of acres of pristine and historic Alberta ranch land. And since the broken cost-benefit analysis of this project isn't even enough to help her to do the right thing, does the minister truly care about the environment? And will she put the brakes on this project that will destroy thousands of acres of beautiful Alberta ranch land?
Well, the fact of the matter is, Mr. Speaker, that the project that the honourable member across the way is advocating for would possibly never get built because it is a run-of-the-river hydro project, the competing project, McLean Creek, and the fact of the matter is it would come with it significant environmental impacts, and it ran the very real risk of catastrophic failure during the construction phase, leaving Calgary with nothing. Between that approach and between the cuts to infrastructure, the official opposition's approach is to leave Calgary at the mercy of another 2013 event, Mr. Speaker. That is not the approach of this government.